How are we doing?
Sam, do you have an opening statement, or do we want to open it up for questions right off the bat?
Oh, we can open it up for questions.
All right. Who wants to start? All right, go ahead.
Tim, you've seen this effect, every stop, whether it's football or baseball. Now here in Syracuse, you see the excitement. What's it like that no one, just you being here, gets fans, gets the entire town excited to root on that team?
Well, I don't know that it's just me. I think they're excited about a lot of players on this team and our coaching staff. If you can bring excitement somewhere, I think it's a good thing. And you want people to be passionate and to be excited about the game that you're playing. And as an athlete, you can feed off of it sometimes as well. So I think it's a nice thing.
Tim, step up this year for you. What kind of challenges are you looking for this year? Do you expect?
Well, I think it's a lot of guys that have played in the show, and we have a lot of guys that have spent a lot of time in the big leagues. So not only do I learn from those guys, but getting to compete against guys that are going up and down, and you just know you're one step closer. But it's also a great competition, so it's continuing to learn and adjust and adapt to. Really good players, probably a little bit different than AA, but at the same time, guys that are good enough to be doing it in the big leagues.
What parts of your game do you feel you need to improve upon?
Everything. I think for me, it's every day. It's working on the little things. Balls off the wall, balls on the wall, balls in the corner, jumps on the, adjusting to the little things at the plate, having good at bats, not giving bats away, not missing one or two good pitches that you might see in a game. All of those little things that really make the difference in this game.
You touched on the veterans on this team. In the outfield, there's a bunch of them. What is it like with Gomez and Davis and Blanco to sort of have them all there to learn from?
Well, it's been great. Right from the start, me and Gregor have talked all the time and gone over little things, and he'd say, hey, try this, and this has really helped me. And then Raj, we talked a lot about on the base path, and he's got all his little moves and his things that he does that he practices, and he's just specializes in it, and it's really cool. And then Gomi was just he's been here more recent, but his enthusiasm that he brings to the game is different than most anybody that I've been around, and I love that. And he still plays it like he's a kid, which is kind of reminds you how fun the game is as well. So learn a lot from all of them.
And the trajectory you've had here, already in AAA, just a couple of years back in baseball, and being so close to the majors now, how exciting is it to start this season here in Syracuse, but also so close to New York as well?
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. The strides. At the same time, it's going to take a lot more work, but also enjoy the process every day. Enjoy every opportunity I get, and that's something that I really try to take a lot of pride in, is having fun, and not just the destination, but it's in truly enjoying the journey, and that's something I want to do throughout this entire process and this year.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing that I guess one of the key decision makers for whether you get the call up to the Mets was the same guy you were sort of pitching this baseball
It's true.
5 years ago
Yeah.
in the CAA. Is it helpful knowing that someone in that position is a guy who's sort of always been in your corner since day one?
I think it's great having someone that I think is a really good person, and I think is really good at his job. I think that's great. But I think Mr. Alderson, who I signed with the Mets when I signed with them, that was also someone that I really respected for who he was, what he stood for, and so I think both of those guys are men that I respect, and it's pretty cool that I've been on this journey with Brody for a while, and he was someone that said, all right, I'm open, I'll take a look at you. And, I kind of had to convince him a little bit. But, he's been in my corner, and that definitely means a lot.
Tim, at one point you probably felt like a football player, as a manager said, football player playing baseball. Do you feel like you're a baseball player now playing baseball rather than a football player?
I think I'm trying to convince people that, yeah. I think there's times I had to convince myself, too. When you do something for so long, it just becomes so natural. And so I think it's trying to get those movements for this game, where it's just that natural. And I still think, I don't think I've fully done that yet, but I think I've made a lot of strides in it.
Tim, what is it about baseball compared to What are your initial thoughts of the city and the ballpark here, and what do you hope to explore when you do get some time to roam around?
Unfortunately, the ballpark's just a little bit too big. Okay, it was just it's been really, everyone's been so nice so far. They really have been. Everybody's, no matter where I've been, they've been very supported. I, ran into Dick's Sporting Goods last night and took a few too many pictures, but everybody was so nice. And everywhere I've been, it's been a real joy. And so I even got a lot of texts from people that I already know up here. The Mr. Wildhack over at Syracuse, and it's just, everybody's been super nice.
Have you tried a salt potato yet?
A salt potato? No, sir.
You will need to check that out for sure.
But I'm on a keto diet. That's low carb. I can't eat potatoes.
You can cheat one day, right? Get one day.
No, then that's one day I'm getting worse. That's not my mindset.
Look at us.